Welcome back to Box Office Maniacs, and with the release of 2001 in 4K, finally, I am going to now bring you something even cooler. Well, maybe not even cooler, but equally as cool, and this is the Hallmark, which is really far away from the camera. I'm going to move it as far away as I can so you can't see it. It is the Hallmark Keepsake Ornament of HAL from 2001. Okay, so I have a confession to make. I'm kind of obsessed with HAL from 2001 for the simple fact that no company has ever made a HAL anything, anywhere. You think, you know, he's such an iconic looking character, even though the movie, yes, is old, but still, HAL 9000 is one of the, you know, most iconic looking robots, I guess if you want to call him that ever existed. And no one has ever made a replica of HAL. You think NECA or one of the other big companies, somebody would make something like this? They have not. When I was at DragonCon this year, somebody actually they had a model kit of it that they made themselves, and they carved it out of wood, and you had to paint it and everything. And it was like $100, and I almost bought it just for the fact that I've never seen any replica ever of HAL, ever. And we just happened to walk into the Hallmark store, and I saw this, and my jaw dropped, and I was like, oh my god, it's HAL! Holy crap! And so I ended up, of course, grabbing him, and this is my first ever replica of HAL from 2001, so I am really excited. And on the back here is a really good quote. I'm going to read it to you here. It says, "A keepsake is much more than an ornament. It's a little work of art, created by a real person with a real passion to tell a big story. From the people and the things you love to memories of the past and the anticipation of something new. Your keepsake honors and celebrates everything that makes the holidays special. Joy, togetherness, family, and friends. When you hang a keepsake, you're hanging the story of you. Happy hanging." So, really nice quote on the back of the box. And I 100% agree with this. These ornaments that Hallmark make are pretty incredible. I mean, there's a lot of them out there. If you ever stop in a Hallmark store, just take a look at them. They're really ridiculously detailed, and they're mostly, like this one is battery operated, so they all make noise or some sort. And the sculpting on these are fantastic, so I can't wait to get this thing open and show it to you. My first ever HAL 9000. Alright, first off, this actually comes with batteries, so pretty surprised. Hopefully there's batteries inside of it, and these are the extra batteries. I don't ever remember getting a Hallmark ornament that actually has extra batteries. Hopefully they're extra batteries. So let's take a look. Okay, so here is HAL 9000, and it's actually pretty big. It's not as small as I thought it was going to be. It does have the big button here on the side that you push the button, and he does talk, but the batteries aren't in it, so that's kind of weird that they would not include the batteries inside of the ornament. But alright, let's go ahead and put them in there and check it out. So as the back of the box stated, these are little mini works of art, and that's what this is. So if you look at it just like this, I mean, obviously HAL never came out of the wall, so you can't really tell the depth of him, but I'm assuming if they ever took him out of the wall, this is kind of what he would look like. And, you know, kind of stretching it here, but if you turn it around, what do you get? The black obelisk. It's pretty cool, right? But I'm going to take a look at some of the detail here on HAL so you can see how cool this actually is. Okay, up on top here, it just says HAL 9000, just like it does in the movie. And it's raised up, so it's not just flat on there. And here, of course, you have the bubble that he has, the globe that is his eye, that is so simplistic but phenomenal in design. And it goes back in depth, just like the movie. And if you didn't know, what this actually is I think it's like a 35mm camera lens that they actually pressed up against the back of it and shined a light through it, and that's how they got the effect. So you can kind of see that in there. That's basically all it is. It's just a camera lens. And down here you have his speaker, which is just all silver. I believe in the movie it was, I mean, obviously there's a lot more detail in the movie, but this is just, I mean, you can see the actual speaker ports in the film. But this is just one thing of silver, which is fine. And like I said, this is how thick it is. Nothing on the back except for the speaker And the port, this is where you put the batteries. I did put the batteries in it. The screw hole is very small, so you're going to have to get a tiny screwdriver to put it in there. And the batteries fit sideways on here, so I showed you the weird little round batteries that it takes. Now, of course, this couldn't be HAL without some voices from HAL, right? That's what this big button over here does. And I did listen to them already. I was playing around with HAL so I could hear all the voice chips. And let me tell you, they are amazing. So let's start them. And there's quite a few of them here. So I don't know where it's on, so let's see. All right, so this is the first one. I recycled through the, so if you get it, this is the first thing you're going to hear.
The 9000 series is the most reliable computer ever made. No 9000 computer has ever made a mistake or distorted information. We are all, by any practical definition of the words, foolproof and incapable of error.
I mean, how cool is that? I mean, I'm going to turn some of these lamps off here to try to get the actual, so it almost looks like the reflection from the movie, right? So here we go. Yeah, I'm filming some Kubrick stuff here. Here we go. Here's the next one.
My mission responsibilities range over the entire operation of the ship, so I am constantly occupied. I am putting myself to the fullest possible use, which is all I think that any conscious entity can ever hope to do.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty freaking cool. Let me get you a little bit more of a close-up so you can see this next one here.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do. This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I like the fact that it went past the normal, I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that. So that's pretty cool. So now comes the best one out of all of them, I think. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, that gave me goosebumps the first time I actually clicked on that and listened to that. I was like, oh, wow, it can't get much cooler than that. And this is, you know, what I've been wanting for such a long time. And now I actually finally have a little miniature HAL, even if it is an ornament. Now, I can tell you that some of these keepsakes from Hallmark, actually, like this one, I'm not going to put it in a box and stick it into a bin and not see it for the rest of the year. I'm actually going to display this on my shelf or wherever it is I'm going to put it because it's HAL and it's a freaking work of art. There's actually a lot of ornaments that I have that I display all year long because just like an action figure or anything else, it's cool. It doesn't just have to hang on a tree because it's an ornament. I mean, you can actually put it out and show it because these things are so cool. So in all, this is finally one of my dreams realized here in plastic, the HAL 9000, until NECA or somebody else gets off their butt and makes maybe a full-size one that you actually hang on the wall. That's kind of what I would like to have. Even though the miniature one here is super cool, having a full-size one that you just hang on the wall that was like voice activated would be amazing. Now, I know there was a company who actually did do that, and you can ask it questions like Siri. And I don't remember what company it was, but the thing was like $2,000. It was like crazy expensive. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and keep my ornament, my HAL ornament. So there you go. There is my review for the HAL 9000 keepsake from Hallmark. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button so I can see you next time here on Merry Maniacs, which we are reviewing mostly Christmas movies, but mostly not. We're reviewing anything that comes out this year. It just happens to have a lot of really great films coming out this year, too. We're going to try to review as much as we can. I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out, and it's going to be hard to get it all in this month. But we're trying. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And like I said, hit that subscribe button so I can see you next time and become one of our Merry Maniacs.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.